Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're having the greatest time playing the Winter Wonderland event. I myself have been playing a lot of the Eddie Hunt and unlocking some new skins, and in fact that's what we're going to be getting into today. First of all, I know it feels weird to be getting a video on Sunday. I've been uploading on Thursday recently, but I had to get back into the Sunday schedule eventually. So, I'm sorry if the timing's a little bit off. Also, before I get into the skin review, two things. First, there was no Genji skin at all. And to everyone who was wondering if I was just uninformed about the Genji leak, it wasn't even real. The Genji skin was faked. Look around, you will see approximately 0 Genji skins anywhere. So if you feel the need to question my prediction senses, actually just go ahead because I just got lucky this time. The second thing is... damn it, I forgot. The second thing is that everything I say is just my opinion. And don't say, well, why would you make a video on your opinion if it's different from mine? But shut up. If you feel the need to get triggered over my opinion, leave. Now that we're okay here, let's just get into what I honestly think about this event. And also, I'll be referring to it as the Christmas event because, let's be honest, that's more or less what it is. You can call it what you like, but I just thought I'd let you know. So let's start off with Onna's Snow Owl skin. Now, I really like this skin. There are a whole bunch of elements to this that I'd love to talk about, and the entire skin is so good that it's actually really hard to pick out a favorite part of it. If I really had to though, I'd have to say that it's the mask. Honestly, I think that owls and Christmas kind of go well together. I'm not really sure why. It's not like people really associate owls with Christmas. That might just be me, actually. There's also that whole thing about wisdom and owls and stuff, so it makes sense that Onna, being one of the wisest characters, would get a little nod like that. Other things that I really like would be her rifle, her coat, and specifically the talons on her shoes, which are really cool, by the way. So, it's a good thing we're starting this event off strong with a good 8.5 out of 10. Moving on to the next skin, we have Bastion's Avalanche. I have to be honest, this skin isn't half bad, and especially how I don't exactly like Bastion personally, that's just a thing I have to admit that it's not a trash skin. The blue color is really nice, and the color palette overall gives a nice sort of camouflage in a way, and if you look below his head, everything looks pretty good, but when you get to his face, I don't know, something is just a little bit unsettling about it. Maybe because Bastion usually only has one eye, I'm not entirely sure, but something about his head generally throws me off. His best redeeming factor is that Ganymede is now a snowy owl, which is just adorable, so overall I give the skin a 6 out of 10. And next we have, oh man, do I really have to do this? But it's a Hanzo skin. Please don't make me do this. Really? I have to? Alright then. So, let's just take a look at this thing. Oh wow, it's actually not that bad. Just joking. This skin really gives me a lot of descriptive words to say, one of which is disappointing. Well, let's get started, I guess. His hair is much too gray on the sides. I don't know if he dyed his hair on top, but he probably should have done that for the sides too. And you know, it wouldn't be that bad if the hair was the same length all around the sides and back, like in the comic. Instead, he apparently grew it out on the sides and let it fade to the back. What bugged me the most was that massive gap in his hair. Look at it, you could land a plane on that. It's not even close to that big in the comic. The next thing is his backpack being the brightest color blue I think I've seen in my entire lifetime. In fact, you can replicate the color yourself if you want to. All you need to do is go into your Photoshop and get the harshest color of blue, then turn the saturation to max, and you're basically good. Look, I think they could have dropped the saturation on the backpack down by about half, and it'd get an extra 2 points. The only redeeming factors are that he has a dragon on his butt, and he has actual ankles. 4.5 out of 10, no exceptions. Next! Alright, where are we? Junkrat? Oh, god damn it. I can't make myself get into this skin after that. I get the whole thing that Australia is warm at Christmas, but I can guarantee that you'd have to explain this skin to someone who first looked at it. And other than the fact that I really like the Riptire, I really don't like this skin. It gets a 3 out of 10 from me. Moving on is the Ice Fisherman Roadhog skin. At first glance, this skin might not strike you with how great it really is, although you will feel a presence of complete awesomeness. This skin is just one of the greatest examples of what a skin should be. Let's get started with the hook. Using a fishing hook is really cool, and I suppose it's the better, more PG version of the whaling harpoon he could have gotten instead. At first he looks a bit squishy, but But the nice touch is the shoulder pad fish skeleton and the loosely stitched gloves, giving off that creepy killer look. I'm not entirely sure what's up with those gloves though, they're kind of a weird design. He has his thumb, one finger, and the rest of his fingers in a separate area? It doesn't really matter, I guess. And to top it all off, his back has a bin of tuna, which is great. Overall, 8 out of 10 for this fantastic skin. On to the second last skin for the day, we have Alpine 76. I'll give him points for having a cool gun and getting the color scheme down really well. Other than that though, I feel like the skin isn't really as much as you'd expect for its rarity. When I look at this skin, I'm thinking, yeah, sure, I'll buy this for 750 credits, but then it turns out to be 300. Like, what? It's a pretty good skin, but I'm definitely not paying that much for it. To be completely honest, this skin, combined with how much it costs, is only getting a 4 out of 10. Okay, for the final skin of the day, we have Sombra's Rime skin, or Rime skin, or Rime skin, I don't know how to pronounce that. This has got to be one of my favorite skins of all time, but there is just one part of it that I don't like. What's great about the skin though is the color scheme for starters, but also how it's used. It's best used in her coat with the spikes that give an icy effect with the layered parts of it. I really like the gradient that gets lighter as the coat runs to the tips, and I should also mention that those snowflakes are pretty cool. Also the spiked shin guards give an element of awesomeness. Overall, this skin is really cool, but I just can't stop looking at that weird swimsuit looking part of it. I mean, it's not that noticeable while you're looking at it, but once you do notice it, you can't really not. Also, her hair is kind of stupid. If you look past those two minor negatives, you can see that this skin is a clear 9 out of 10 and is by far one of the best skins in this event. So, those are all the skins. As for the game modes, I mean, they're pretty okay. Maze Snowball Offensive is definitely the most relaxed arcade game mode I've ever played, but there's also a lot of strategy to it, so it gets my seal of approval. And as far as game modes go, it gets a 4 out of 5. Next is Maze Yeti Hunt, and when Jeff said that it wouldn't last you for weeks of gameplay, that was an understatement. Although I found myself playing a good lot of it, I probably won't be playing nearly as much of it even in the second week of the event. It isn't really something you'll find consistent fun out of if you play it for more than an hour at a time. There are really 3 ways that the game goes. First way, you play as Winston and absolutely demolish the maze. Second way, the maze pull off their World War III military strategies and somehow kill the Winston. Or the third way, you're playing as May and you just die. And then at the end of the match, everyone starts saying thanks and roasts you for losing the last life, even though that one guy died 3 times, but it's fine, it's fine. And after about an hour or 2 of that, you'll probably get fed up with it. Overall, it's a decent game mode, and at least someone gets to win unlike Capture the Flag, so it gets a 3.5 out of 5. So that's about how far I'll be going into this review. I could also cover the emotes and victory poses and sprays and whatever. If I had infinite time, and anyone really cared enough about anything other than skins and game modes, I'd probably be getting on that. For now though, I'd like to know your thoughts about the Winter Wonderland event, and there will also be another poll for Maze Yeti Hunt. Whether you like it or hate it, I'd like to know, so be sure to hit the eye icon in the top right about now. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more awesome Overwatch videos, what are you waiting for? Tap that subscribe button and make sure to click the bell icon to join the notification squad and never miss another upload. This is Carter signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. That was me. But he just ulted and slaughtered you, I think. Oh my god! Ah!